Hey guys, it's Austin back again here with the I-Ching Study Academy in Santa Monica, California. So in the last video we talked a little bit about the 5 elements. So I just wanted to talk about how that 5-element theory goes into treating illnesses and disease with the Dr. Wu's family Wu style of acupuncture that he's been practicing with for over 30 years. So a lot of disease builds up in the body first through what they would call wind or bee or dampness. These are different kind of TCM terms, Chinese medical terms, to describe, what latent energies are present in the body that are causing the condition. But all that, a lot of it, an easy way to look at it is like phlegm, like different types of phlegm and like mucousy substances kind of build up in between the subcutaneous layers of the skin and the capillaries, and kind of can be anywhere on the body specifically. So a lot of these dietary recommendations, like the pumpkin and the onion, are to try and like cut down or cut away at this phlegm. And especially with the spinach, I've practiced with that myself, and you can feel, the lungs like trying to clean themselves, with this when you eat the spinach and whatnot. So it's a very simple and practical thing to kind of get rid of issues within certain parts of the body. But digging further into his Wu style of acupuncture, it also deals with the 5 tastes. And when you eat sweet things, it can basically help out your brain. When you eat bitter things, it can help out your heart. And so there's a lot of different herbal concoctions and formulations that are based on this basic 5 elements type of principle. The fact that you have the 5 main organs in TCM, and so you're trying to kind of like strengthen those to get to some other part in the system, if you will. So it's not so much a direct attack for most things in TCM. It's like kind of usually trying to strengthen an auxiliary pathway that then leads to the main path of whatever you're trying to treat. This is also sometimes accomplished by like small amounts of bloodletting, and bloodletting's not legal here in the United States, but sometimes when you do needle a patient, a little tiny drop of blood will come out, and that's basically what your some of the energy in that specific meridian or area will basically be released, and therefore kind of clear the pathway to other meridians being clearer and things functioning better within the body. One very simple tip that he put forth is, in emergency situations, a lot of times back in the day they would needle the tips of all the fingers, and because when someone's in a life or death situation, you really only have like 45 minutes before their prospect of full recovery greatly diminishes. So say it's like a seizure, or say it's a heart attack or stroke or something more severe, this is one of the kind of first medical remedies that they would apply with TCM back in the day. Is they would bloodlet on all of the fingertips, and this is it's just kind of like a simple emergency way to get whatever drastic energy is affecting the body at that time out more quickly, or to let it pass through the body instead of sitting in the body and just kind of hammering it over and over. So this is one of the theologies they would use within more emergency types of situations. He also had a patient come in who will, obviously we'll protect our identity here, but this patient was having a lot of suicidal thoughts, but also self-harming due to a relationship breakup that was about 6 months ago. But getting back to the concept of, you always want to treat the core illness, whatever the core illness is within the person. He did further investigation and realized that this gentleman was not sleeping. And so instead of treating his suicidal issue first, the core issue is actually that the gentleman's not sleeping, and that's leading to the suicidal problems. And so in using that theology, he's treating this patient for the sleeplessness. And as a result of treating him for the sleeplessness, all these other problems are going to greatly diminish because of that being the core of the issue in this case. He also again, speaking of the onion and the pumpkin, you know, these are kind of like simple everyday things we can all use to kind of get that phlegm, get that stuff out of the body during this season, and greatly assist ourselves in just our general health and general practices. And he also talked about, if you ever really want to study in depth with the I-Ching, it's very important to realize that you judge a lot of things based on the foundation. If you have a very, very strong foundation, you know, obviously you can build a higher building, but it's really not about just that, because they always think that no matter how high you climb in life, you're eventually going to fall down. So you basically want to build your foundation so that when you fall, you don't fall and die, but you fall into a pillowy substance of some kind. So that's just a core principle in life, is like the foundation is what keeps you from losing it when you fall from whatever position you have. So, but that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for checking in from the I-Ching Academy here in Santa Monica. Much love and have a great day.